Hi
What's up,
guys!
guys?
We are back with more questions.
Not more.
As usual, me in my filthy hoodie.
Dina's slobbering all over the place because she just had a whole packet of Micados.
I did indeed.
Were they white chocolate ones?
Yes.
Why didn't you give me any?
You didn't want any. I offered them to you.
No, you did not.
So, we have a question for you. This email, guys, is titled Overly Attached Father-in-Law.
I'm joking.
I thought this would be interesting to do because it's not something that is common, I don't think, to have an overly attached father-in-law. If anything, they're normally really
I've never
distant.
really heard of one.
I've never really heard of that. So I thought it'd be interesting to do because normally people have issues with their
It might
mother-in-laws.
actually be a common thing.
Salam, Sid and Dina. When I was younger, I was very sweet and loving. Ever since I got married, my father-in-law finds ways to upset me with taunts and mean antics. He doesn't lose an opportunity to insult me or bring me down in front of family and friends. It's very embarrassing and I feel ashamed. My marriage was an arranged one and all of my husband's family's wishes were fulfilled by my parents. My husband is a wonderful man, mashallah, and he loves me dearly. He agrees to all of the things I say, however, he fails to see the evil things my father-in-law says or does. My husband is a devoted son and I appreciate that, but why does he fail to see my side of the story? Why can't he see that I am being defamed and treated in an awful manner? I feel like no one respects me, like I've let down the entire family. I somehow cannot forgive him, it never leaves my mind. All and any help is much appreciated. Love to the beautiful couple, mashallah. Okay.
Goals.
What?
Goals. Hand sign.
It sounds like your father-in-law has that banter that is at your expense.
It does sound like it. It very much so.
Which is not actually common with father-in-laws, more common with husbands or fathers, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, but it sounds like you're living with them. So.
It does sound like you're living with them.
So.
I mean, I think it's acceptable to have a level of banter with your father-in-law, but if it seems to be like he is defaming you, as you said, or basically just taking the piss out of you and belittling you basically in front of other people every time, then that's a step too far, because there needs to be a certain amount of mutual respect.
Of course, there does
I think
need
with
to be
in-laws.
that. I think there does, and you shouldn't overstep your boundary because at the end of the day, all right, you're family, but you're not really family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
If you step over the line, people will remember it.
Maybe because you guys are living together with, in the same household, it's easy for people to get comfortable
Yeah.
and not realize that there are actually boundaries or whatever, like Sid said, basically, that you can't cross, really.
Yeah, I think she knows that though.
I think she knows that. I don't
I
think
think
he
you're
knows
in a
that.
difficult situation where your husband is attached to his family. We're known for having close-knit families, basically.
Not even close-knit, but never correcting somebody who's elder in the family, even if they are wrong. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
But I don't know, a father like that who likes to throw out banter and everything.
We don't know if it's banter, really. It might be.
Banter.
Yeah, he might be doing it really horribly. She didn't
Yeah,
really explain
it's.
it properly.
I mean, you would be able to shut that down even if you were in a close knit family. If it's like,
I wonder if he does it in front of your family.
yeah, I bet he wouldn't.
Yeah, I can't imagine him doing it in front of your family and your dad or your brothers or even your mum and that, because I can imagine if that was.
Ting and that.
Yeah, because if I can imagine your dad would be like, the fuck?
I think you guys need to move out.
Yeah, I think you need to move out. Basically, what happened is you should have started as you meant to go on. So
do you
the
mean by
first time that you notice he might have pulled a line of banter at your expense that you felt a little bit uncomfortable with, but it was just the first time, so it doesn't matter. You should have nipped it in the bud there and then.
I mean, you don't have to say anything to nip it in the bud as well. You just have to give like the reaction that he did not want to see.
Yeah, so for example, if you're like, ah, ha, 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 and then in your bedroom crying about it, then he's going to think it's all fine.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, and literally like have to leave the room because you're in so much shock. By
Well,
what
not
just
leave the
happened.
room, but you're just like, what?
No, but you need to show that you're upset.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. So your husband has that standard case of can't say shit to his parents because.
But he needs
the
to suck it up.
reality is, it's true, we shouldn't disrespect our parents, but telling them right from wrong or what's fair and what isn't disrespecting them.
No, it's not. It's like you can respect your parents,
But be fair.
but be fair. If you were disrespecting his parents, he would tell you straight,
I'm
and
pretty
his parents would tell you straight.
Oh, allow that.
So-
Imagine if her dad was doing it to him.
Yeah,
She'd be getting a bloody earful.
exactly. So it definitely needs to come from it. It doesn't need to come from you because you don't want to
Ruin your
relationship, and that will, if you come up at their dad like, well, what are you doing, all this shit, and he lets you do that, then he's being a pussy, bro.
He's not taking on his
Yeah,
responsibilities.
it's his responsibility to sort that out for you. It's not yours.
It's not yours because it's his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though you actually have no kind of like duties to his parents other than the normal duties that you have with any other human being.
Yeah,
So
you don't
just
have
treating
any...
them with kindness and all
Yeah.
that. The last thing you want to do is have to have a confrontation with your in-laws when really it should be just sorted out by your husband. Do you get me?
Yeah, he should just nip it in the bud, and he should just say, just stop it, and then all will be sorted.
Yeah, and plus he knows his parents more than you, so he should know how to deal with them really, and what's the best way to go about telling his dad, oh, you know what, she doesn't actually like that. You really hurt her feelings. Tone it down a little
The
bit.
thing is, it's good because maybe I'm being a bit general here, but like if I was gonna tell my dad something, he would just be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean?
He'd probably take you seriously, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
It's good that it's his dad.
And
it's
my
his
dad
son.
can get quite stubborn, but if I was to tell him like seriously, and if he was to tell me something seriously, then we'd be like, all right, that's fine then. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah.
it's to do with marriage. So
Yeah.
if it's like a son talking to dad sort of thing, I'm sure he's not going to turn around and be like, oh, F off.
Yeah, you've got the benefit there rather than if it was son with mum, which I think can be harder.
Son with mum is definitely harder. It's
Especially if he's
definitely
the
harder.
eldest son and
Because
he's from an Asian household.
Because he's sticking up for another woman, and that plays a major part in it.
Yeah.
But son with dad is a lot easier. It's an easier situation to handle.
Yeah.
So, you know, he
Yeah.
needs to go ahead and just tell his dad, like, okay, all right, haha, enough now. Can you just stop? Just nip it in the bud.
Or
Just stop.
whichever
Just
way
be,
he would do
just
it.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever way. He
Just
would do
take the
it.
piss out of me, not her.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
You know,
Because it's disrespectful at the end of the day, especially if it's, you know, it's your wife and she's going to have your kids and...
So I don't know what way you want to do that. You definitely want to sit him down and say, okay, this has gone too far. It's really affecting me, and in turn, it's affecting our relationship.
And plus,
you
Dad,
don't want.
Like, that's my wife you're
Yeah.
talking about here.
Yeah,
Take the piss out of me all you want, but you don't need to do it about my wife. She's got nothing to do with you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, at the end of the day, she's somebody else's daughter, that is.
Yeah,
Imagine
so-
if it was his daughter.
If it was his daughter that was getting the piss taken out of by
Her husband's dad.
husband's dad, which, like I said again, okay, you're family, but you're not really family.
Yeah, so there is always a boundary.
So there's always a limit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just take the piss out of anyone and just be like, yeah, it's fine, it's my daughter-in-law. No, you're not. That's not your actual daughter.
Yeah.
And
Even
again,
though
you
it's
shouldn't
like,
take the piss out of your daughter
it's my
either.
daughter,
but
I'm going to treat you like my daughter, blah, blah, blah.
You're
yeah,
not.
but no.
You're not. That's not your daughter.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you just need to definitely sit him down. And I know you say he doesn't take you seriously, but it doesn't fucking matter. You need to say, okay, I'm losing my shit here. You need to sort this out, and it's only you that will sort this out, because it's not my responsibility to handle your dad. Look, in the long run, you need to move out,
Basically, you just need to move out.
because it's clearly evident that you live there. Or you just be like, oh, forget this guy, I'm just going home.
Yeah. If your husband, if it doesn't work out, just telling him straight, and your husband is the kind of guy that needs to have mind games worked on him, then you could put it down to, like, you know, that you want to move out for other reasons, not to get away from his family, but to start your own properly, and that kind of thing. That kind of angle, do you know what I mean? When really you should be able to just tell him straight that, listen, your dad's taking the mick, it's disrespectful, and I'm sick of it. You should be able to tell your husband that.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't tell your father-in-law that.
Yeah.
Although if it does come to a point, this is what I would do. I would say, if it was to your dad, I'd say, you either sort it out, or I'm going to have to sort it out myself. And you know what that means?
And he doesn't want that to happen, obviously.
Yeah, because you know what that means? That means I'm going to say it firmly, but politely and respectfully, there and then, the next time it happens in front of whoever. I don't give a shit. That's what would happen. And that's probably the last thing he wants.
Yeah, no
So
husband
if the
wants
guy's got
that to
any
happen.
brains, then he will sort it out because
Yeah.
as it is his duty to sort it out and be fair about the situation.
Yeah, for you to have a confrontation with his parents is probably his worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So,
Look at Sid speaking out of experience here.
well, it's not experience.
It's his
just
worst nightmare.
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
Like you're just imagining me.
Yeah,
You're like, fuck no.
you're quite good with that stuff, though.
What do you mean?
Like,
Not having a confrontation.
yeah, you're not confrontational. If you were like me, though, I'm very confrontational.
Oh yeah. Anyway, guys.
Anyways,
Just know that in some of these videos we are speaking from experience. Although we are not professionals, in some of these videos there is a little bit of experience.
a little bit.
A little bit.
There's quite a lot of experience.
with some of the dilemmas, okay?
Yeah. So, there's some things you do want to do and some things you don't want to do. And one of the things you definitely do want to do is get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Anyway, we hope that helped. We'll see you on the next video. Bye!
Bye.